Alright, so I want to start off this video by saying if you watch my videos for catfish trophies and just catfish grinding in general and stuff like that, this is not the video for you, because there's no catfish trophy in this video that I know. I'm fishing right now. If I hook one, GG I guess, but other than that, I don't think there's going to be anything interesting in this video, so just click off. But if you are a lower level player that doesn't really understand why a lot of people are complaining about the fish AI and the fighting physics and all that due to the change that they did, um, I'm going to explain to you the issues that is going on right now, and I'm also going to talk about what I believe is the biggest issue right now, and the sole reason that me and many others is not fishing for catfish on specifically bottom right now, and other big fish as well. I know some people are fishing East Sturgeon and stuff still, but I'm gonna explain to you in this video why that is. So, first of all, the update that happened, I think it was last week, about the new fish AI and stuff like that. I released a video showing a comparison video, and at the time of recording, I wasn't really that upset about it, because yeah, it was weird, it was wonky, but in my head, I was like, that's not really like the biggest issue. It's just they come out a little weird. It is what it is. Then issues started to pop up. When you're bottom fishing for catfish, as many of you guys know, you usually use 110 line, 82 kilo line. Some people use 74 kilo line. The reason that you want to do that is so that you can just lock your reel and then walk backwards to land them way quicker, absolutely like the smaller ones. When you're using 110, you can still, I believe, kind of ish, or at least you used to be able to lock and walk back small trophy catfish, for example, 105 kilo. And you could do that without too big of an issue. It still was a little bit of skill involved. It's not like a level 12 that got the right equipment could do it. You still had to know a little bit of what you're doing. You had to straight rod, you had to be careful about turns, you had to be able to turn them without giving them too much line, for example, by walking forward. Um, but now, a thing that has started to happen is if you lock the cat, you can usually turn them. You can start walking back, all fine. But as soon as they hit the surface of the water or get close to the surface of the water, they start doing weird flipping, like not really flipping, they start like spazzing in a way. They throw their body sideways, they like go upwards, they do a bunch of weird things. It's really hard to explain. I'm gonna see if I can recreate it here on spin fishing, because sometimes it happens as well when you lift a fish out of the water. I'll let you know if I see that, but for now, all you have to know is they do very weird things on the surface of the water, and it's scary. Because if they do one of those weird flip things and they're decently close to you and you're straight rodding, there is a chance that they're going to flip enough to the side where you are going to snap your TI, and that's minus 20, what is it, 19k, 20,000 silver, straight down the drain because the fish did some weird buggy thing. Which is an issue. From my understanding, it's not the biggest issue when the fish is dead, but if anyone that is watching this has fished them, like bigger catfish, I'm talking like trophy or above, and has fighted until they're dead and they still do the flipping thing, let me know, because I don't really know if they still do that like jumping thing or spazzing on the surface. But it is at least a thing when they're alive, so bullying is not really an option, kind of is, but not really. The second thing that is bad that also severely affects bottom fishing for catfish and other species in general is catfish when they flip is no longer a thing. Sturgeon flipping is, I also believe, not a thing anymore. I have hooked multiple cats that are over like 80, 90 kilo. I haven't hooked a trophy yet on bottom, but I have hooked multiple decently sized catfish that are able to flip. Like, I've had 60 kilo catfish flip. You can make 60s flip. You can make 70s flip, 80s, 90s, 100. You get the point. They are big enough to flip 100%. and I tried to keep them on hook, even though I could just bully and just walk them back to get the money. I wanted to make them flip, because I wanted to see if there was a new animation for flipping. I wanted to see if there was a new animation for something, if they jump, whatever. They don't. They don't even attempt to flip. They don't try to go up towards the surface. During the fight that I had with the 80 kilo one, the most recent one, not even once did it attempt to flip. Like, it didn't even try to flip upwards or turn upwards, which is usually what causes a flip on the old AI. It didn't even attempt to do that. It did nothing. All it did was go side to side, blah blah blah, did nothing. It almost showed its tail once, so I think that might be a thing. They might still show tail. But even the tail flips that I've seen, which are very, very few, even they have been very scuffed and weird. So that is the biggest reason that bottom fishing catfish right now is kind of just not fun anymore. Because the most fun part about catfish is hooking a big one and seeing it flip, and you see how big it is, and you're like, you get excited. You're like, damn, that's a big ass catfish, or damn, that's trophy model, nice, it's a free 1000 silver. Now they basically just fight like an oversized carp and do nothing, and that's crazy. That's crazy, but yeah, it's just less than ideal. So that's like the biggest part for me of why it's just fucking dumb right now. And I'm not really hating on the developers. It is what it is. They, like, there is bugs. Yes, there's going to be bugs when you release an update. I get that. But I feel like it's in their biggest interest to fix flipping. If they say fuck everything else, and they only fix one thing, and that is making big fish like catfish, sturgeon, luga, whatever, if you make them flip again, I'm going to be happy. Then I don't really care about the rest too much. Because yes, the other things is annoying, yes, bullying is way more annoying, but it's not like the biggest deal in the world, you know what I mean? Like, I can live without bullying cats. I cannot live without seeing catfish flip, because the whole thing where you bully them and they can snap your TI, they can snap that, do that, that's usually only a risk for like 70 plus of, I feel like. I've had 60s that didn't do anything, I've had 50s that did nothing. Like, only the 80 to 70 plus have been the ones that have been like kinda sketchy. Everything else has been chill, no problem. So, what can we do to fix this, guys? Haha, very nice. Nothing. We can't really do anything. The only thing that we can do, and that I hope that some of you guys do or have done, is send like feedback to the devs and tell them what you want. Tell them what to fix, tell them the issues that you're having, for example the catfish. At this point they already know about the catfish, they know what's going on, because people have been complaining about it a lot, so they know that catfish are fucked. But there's also a chance that beluga is fucked, because we haven't really had a good beluga run since the update, so what if belugas don't flip anymore? Then you will have no idea if the beluga that you have hooked is 300 kilo, 400 kilo, or 550 kilo. You don't really know. Like, there isn't really a good way to tell. Because turning, like the fish when they turn, that's also changed, so it also looks different. So it's going to be like even harder to tell what fish you have on and how big it is. That was a nice voice crack, by the way. I hope you guys like that one. But yeah, it's just a lot of things are weird right now. Jigging for cats is still fine, because flips don't matter when you're jigging for cats. Like, it doesn't really matter. You don't really get catfish to flip on jig anyways. The whole thing where they spaz out on the surface and stuff like that is not as bad on jig, because you don't have the straight rod. It doesn't really do that big of tension jumps, not for me at least. And yeah, it's just, I don't like it. I hope that this is an issue that's going to be fixed decently quick. If it's not going to be fixed like anytime soon, then it's just sad, because if they don't fix the whole flipping thing or the big fish, they have most likely killed big fish fishing in this game except for sea. Because who's gonna want to go for beluga when you don't know if it's 300, 400, or 500 kilo? Who's gonna want to go for catfish where you don't know if it's a 80 kilo, 90 kilo, 100 or 150 kilo? Like, it's not really fun anymore because they just fight like oversized carp and you have to sit there for an hour just doing nothing and don't have to, like, you can't really look for flips because they can't do anything. So it's just boring. So, I hope that they fix it. There's not really much that we can do for them to fix it. All we can do is kind of wait and give feedback to what we want. But yeah, I hope it's going to be fixed, but I don't really know. So going forward, there is probably not going to be that many videos until it's fixed, because I am still fishing catfish, of course, like you see right now. But I don't fish them as much as I did before because the whole new fighting thing has kind of killed my motivation to do so. I still will. There's still gonna be trophies for me. I'm still gonna catch more trophies. I'm still gonna post them. But I'm also focusing on other things like star hunting and stuff like that. Just going for random stars that I don't have, and yeah, just random shit in this game. Because Big Fish right now is kind of broken and don't really work as intended, I think. But yeah, I'm sorry for just making a rant video. I know that there's gonna be some people that are gonna watch this and be like, what the fuck is this random Swedish guy yapping about? Because it's all bullshit. That doesn't really matter to me. You can just have your opinions, but this is what I feel, this is what I've experienced, and this is my view of the entire situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that the catfishing AI gets fixed, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys in the next one.